Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever time it is by you while you're taking this class. I'm Nico. Thanks for coming today to your weekly Yoga Fit. A little bit of yoga, a little bit of fit. Together, Yoga Fit. Today, you might need a prop just for some standing postures um, if it's difficult for you to touch your toes, maybe you need a yoga block or two, or some books, or even like an empty box or something to bring the ground up closer to you to make it more accessible to have a better posture in your asana. Other than that, maybe a strap for later when we try to touch our toes and are laying on the floor, or a towel or a rope or something like that. If you don't have any of these things and you're like always scavenging for stuff around your house, feel free to check out our website, cloudstudios.com/feelgoodyoga. There's a link tab at the top. You can click on that. That'll bring you to extra tools you might need for yoga classes, or also some resistance band sets that I'd recommend to get in the near future so we can start adding more exercises to our routines here. Not like YogaFIT, and what we do here is not awesome, but it's just to be able to unlock some more movements and get a better balance in your body for creating strength and stability. All right, give you a few moments just to grab some things if that's what you're doing. For those of us who aren't, let's just take a nice comfortable seat and arrive for a few breaths. All right, let's start off in child's pose. Big toes touching the back, knees open wide, arms long, hips going back to try to touch your heels as you lengthen your fingers out a little bit more and rest your forehead on your mat. Let's do a thread the needle. So we'll take the right arm, cross your body underneath, open the shoulders up a little bit here before we get started. With your right arm crossing your body, start to look over the right shoulder, twisting toward the right. Feel a little more stretch in your deltoid. Keep that shoulder locked down away from the ear. Plug it in. Inhale to release. Exhale, we'll find your child's pose. And exhale, we'll thread the needle. Left arm crosses over. Start to gaze over the left shoulder. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. Twisting away a little more. Inhale back to child's pose. And exhale, find a little more depth into it. Let's inhale, rise up. Tabletop. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. We'll do a few cat-cows before we rise up off the mat. First, let's find our neutral. So fingers wide. Grip the mat with your fingertips. Have your elbow crease rotate forward. That'll externally rotate your upper arm to lock in your shoulder there. A slight round of your upper back. Just a little gentle spread of your shoulder blades. Tailbone gently lengthens down just to get a little bit of ab engagement. This is your neutral position here. All right, we'll inhale, lift the tailbone, start to drop the heart, shoulder blades coming together and gazing gently upwards for your cow. Exhale, we'll round through neutral, spreading the shoulder blades, tailbone lengthening down to the knees. Chin coming towards chest. Flexion, Halloween cat. Inhale through neutral, tailbone starts to lift, heart starts to drop, shoulder blades coming together, chin up. And exhale, round through neutral to your cat, pressing away from the ground. Spread shoulder blades. One more time each way. Drop through to your cow. Exhale your way through to your cat. And make your way back to neutral. Hold this position. Slight rounding of your shoulders just a little bit. Tailbone slightly tucked to the knees. We'll come onto the toes. Exhale your way to downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's pedal out the calves a little bit here. Drive through the heels. Open up a little bit more the backside of the legs. Bring some stillness. Inhale, tiptoe your feet all the way up towards the top of the mat. Exhale, find your forward fold. Maybe it's with a knee bent. First movements of your day, potentially. Gently round up. Last thing to come up is your head. Shoulders down and back. Elbow crease rotates forward. Palms facing forward. Samastitihi. Inhale. Arms overhead. Couple sun salutation bees. Cactus the arms. Tailbone lengthens down. Try to get your elbows behind you. Open your chest a little bit here. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, grab the right wrist with the left hand, hinging over to your left. Push the right hip out. Inhale back to center. Exhale, grab left wrist with right hand, hinge over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, let's find your forward fold. Dive down. Get more weight into the balls of your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, fingertips. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank position. Wide fingers, rotate elbow crease forward, slight rounding of your upper back. Tailbone lengthens down just a little bit toward the heels. Make the muscles of the front of your thighs lift and create lightness in your body. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows to lower your chest all the way down to the floor. Flip on top of your feet. Press into the palms. Heart opens. We lift heart. Tailbone lengthens, cobra. Exhale, push hips up and back. Downward dog. Drive into your heels. Lift your tailbone a little bit. You'll feel a little extra stretch back of the legs. Tiptoe the feet up toward the top of your mat. Exhale, find a forward fold. Inhale, rise up tall, top of the mat. And exhale, arms at your side. Samastitihi. All right. We've got some repetitions to do. So we have reverse lunge to staff with some heart opening. We'll do those 5 times in each leg. Move on to the next exercise afterwards, right? After 5 in each leg, we'll take a vinyasa through down dog, back to top of the mat, and wait for me there, right? If you're moving a little faster or slower, doesn't matter. All right. Left foot plants into the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows back. Inhale, staff. Exhale, lunge. Heart opening. Back to staff. Exhale, 3. Inhale, tall. Exhale, step back. Inhale, tall, 4. Last one, step back, open it up. Staff, 5 in one leg, 5 in the other leg. Starting staff, step back, lunge, hip flexor stretch, heart opener. Step forward. Exhale. Inhale, tall. Keep moving through this. 3. 4. 5. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, arms overhead. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Plank position. Shift forward. Bend your elbows. Exhale all the way down. Flip on top of the feet, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, cobra. Press into the palms a little bit. Exhale, hips up, back, down dog. And tiptoe the feet up. Top of the mat. Forward fold. Rise up. Next exercise. We got leg swings, balancing. 10 on one leg, 10 on the other leg. Then we'll take a vinyasa. Right? Shoulders back, arms out in front. Find your footing on the balancing foot, grabbing the earth with your toes, activating your arch to lift the inner arch slightly. Right? Leg swings, we're reaching for the foot. We're not necessarily swinging, right? Using the hip to get there. 10 on one, 10 on the other, take a vinyasa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it up, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Top of the mat. Dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Take chaturangas here now if you'd like. Exhale, bend elbows for halfway. Flip on top of the feet. Inhale, press into the palms. Upward dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, step forward, top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Relax, hands at your side. Skandasanas to staff. And then another vinyasa to the top of the mat. Start at one end of the mat. Inhale. Left knee up for your staff. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale. Exhale, pushes back to staff. Inhale, down. Exhale, push. Outside of that hip that's pushing you is working. The groin of the straight leg is pulling. Okay. 4, 5. Same thing, other side. Going to the opposite direction, sinking into the hip. Other groin pulls, outside hip pushes to staff. My right leg push, left groin pull. 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Catch it, catch it. 5. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows. Flip on top of the feet, press into the arms, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, hips up, back down dog. Tiptoe, top of the mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, round it up. Head is last. All right, warrior 3 repetitions to staff. 5 in one leg, and then we'll go 5 in the other leg. Staff position to start, knee at 90, even with the hip. We'll start to exhale. You can keep your hands at your hips or heart center, arms out overhead longer. Will make the balancing a little bit more difficult. All right, we'll exhale. Keep all 5 toes of that floating leg pointing toward the floor, trying to rotate the floating hip down to square off with the standing hip, right? Inhale, back to staff. You can bend the standing leg if you need to get yourself back up. Exhale. Inhale, stand. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, stand. Exhale, warrior 3. I got one more. Five one side, 5 on the other side. Take a vinyasa, meet at top of the mat. Staff. Exhale, warrior 3. All 5 toes rotate down, back leg. Inhale to staff. Keep your core tight so you don't lean back too much as you stand tall. Rib cage coming down, activating the front of your torso. Last one. We'll dive down, start your vinyasa. Maybe you're starting to feel a little more limber in the legs now. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend your elbows for chaturanga. Flip on top of the feet. Inhale, press into the palms, upward dog. Tailbone lengthens. Exhale, hips up, back. Downward dog. Okay, make your way to the top of the mat now. If you want to step, jump, hop, you can do whatever you want to get there. Now that you're like a little more warmed up. All right, we got static lunge with active twist. 5 one side, 5 the other. Take a vinyasa. Static lunge, we're holding the lunge. Back leg super long. We can first start by bending the back knee. Tailbone lengthens down a little bit more, and then drive through the heel. And a little extra stretch in the hip flexor. Should bring right hip forward, left hip back. We'll inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, twisting toward the front leg. Open the arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist toward front leg. Open your heart. That's 2. Going to 5. Exhale, twist. 4. 5. Step forward. Something I forgot to mention. With the front knee, as you twist, the knee might want to move medially or laterally. Try to keep it centered. Activate the outside of the hip to fight that movement. Same thing, other leg. Step back. We'll be about hip width apart in the feet. Bend the back knee. Tailbone lengthens underneath you. And then redrive through that back heel to lengthen out the hip flexor a little bit more. That back hip forward, front hip back, squaring off the hips. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, we twist toward the front leg side. Open up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Keep yourself tall. Front knee shouldn't be moving. Inhale, step forward. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, arms overhead. Let's do a little cactus here. Exhale, cactus the arms, tailbone lengthens. Lift your heart, broaden your collarbones. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dive forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows, chaturanga. Flip on top of the feet, press into the palms. Heart opens, tailbone lengthens. Up dog. Exhale, hips. Up and back for down dog. Make your way, top of the mat, however you do it. And we rise up. All right. We got a little combo move here coming up. We got leg swings to warrior three. Start building on that a couple moves ago. All right, so arms out, or actually, you can keep your arms wherever you want. All right, I'm going to go arms out just to reach for my foot. So we got swing forward. You can go hands prayer to chest, warrior three. Swing forward, hands to prayer, warrior three. 5, 1, 5 in the other. We take a vinyasa. Shoulders back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Having a wall nearby is always a good helper, just so you don't fall, right? You can keep it going. If your balance is a little wishy-washy, use a wall. It's good to feel successful. Right? Same thing other side. 1, 2, 3, 'Back of this leg brings you up. 4, 5, and then we'll take a vinyasa. Plant the hands on the floor. Find your plank position. Inhale, shift forward. Bend elbows halfway, chaturanga. Flip on top of your feet. Press into the palms. Heart opens, tailbone lengthens. Upward dog. Exhale the strength of your core. Hips up and back. Make your way to the top of the mat, however you see fit. I'm gazing forward. Inhale, hop, plant, and we rise up. Last one. We got a lunge side bend. I'll go this way for you guys. the lunge, side bend. All right, we're going to try to open up through our psoas here. With the front leg, you can make it a little bit more in front so that the back hip is more behind, the back knee is more behind the hip. That'll help you to reach a little bit lower to the floor on that opposite hand with your fingers. We'll inhale, arm up, exhale, try to find that side bend over, gazing up to the hand. Inhale, lift the arm off the floor. Exhale, bend over toward that front leg side or side flexion. Exhale for 3. Inhale up, exhale for 4. Inhale up, exhale for 5. Plant the hands. Step back, plank. We'll just switch to the legs. Exhale, step forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, rise. Right, back knee behind the hip, sinking down. Tailbone lengthening, feeling a nice little bit of stretch in the back hip flexor. Hand of the front leg comes toward the floor. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. It's 3. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. 5. Inhale, center. Plant the hands. Step back, plank. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows, chaturanga. Flip the feet. Inhale, open the heart, upward dog. Exhale, hips up, back, down dog. Let's make your way top of the mat. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale. Next inhale, we launch. Then plant on an exhale. Rise up. Release shoulders away from the ears. Quick sip of water if you need it. We got some core exercises here. We're going to keep it pretty simple with the core, but it'll be a good burn nonetheless. We're going to go 30 seconds for every exercise, so don't necessarily worry about the amount of repetitions you're doing. Just worry about staying for the whole 30 seconds. All right. We got toe touches, leg lifts, Navasana crunches, side plank, leg lift, and reverse mountain climbers. First one, we got toes up, trying to lift your shoulder blades off the floor, reach for toe touch. If your neck is bothering you, you can always go hands behind the head. If your low back is bothering you, you can always do this 90-90 position in the hips and try to find that upper ab crunch, lifting your shoulder blades off of the floor. 30 seconds. You ready? Time starts in 3, 2, 1. Leg lifts, toe touch. Almost there. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. If you went fast, you did a lot of reps. That felt a little burny already. All right, leg lifts. A couple ways to do this one. Option, arms out long. That will be a little more difficult to keep your spine neutral, your low back touching the floor. Option 2, hands at your side, shoulders back. Option 3, you can put your hands under your butt. That sometimes provides a little more stability in your low back, right? But we're trying to keep the low back down. When the legs start to come to wherever they come for the low point and your back starts to lift, that's when you should bring the legs back up. Low abs All 10 toes face forward. Don't let the feet rotate outward, right? 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, 30. Leg lift, low back still trying to touch the floor. Exhale up, inhale down. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. Vinyasa crunches for 30. So we're putting the leg lift and the upper ab crunch together. Shoulders back. We open, close, right? Option for this one could be hold. Could just be a fine option here, right? Hands behind your back or hands overhead will change your weight distribution. Get ready? 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2. Stay with it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right. Next, side plank, leg lift. A couple of options here. One option, on your forearm, elbow underneath the shoulder, the bottom knee on the floor, still trying to lift through the side of the hip, leg lift, right? Option 2, straight arm. Stack the feet on top of one another. Try to have your hand right under the shoulder, leg lift. We're going 30 seconds each side. So if it comes a point to where you can't lift a leg anymore, hold your side plank. Just do that. This is going to be tough for 30 seconds. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Super slow. Have the feet be at the same angle, right? Don't let your toes start to rotate up toward the ceiling. That'll put it in a different muscle group than we're trying to work. Trying to get the outside of the hip here, not the front of the hip. If you externally rotate the foot, it becomes more front of hip. Stay with it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Nice job. Same thing other side. Stack the hand under the shoulder if you're taking that long arm option. Push into the pinky edge of the foot that's on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Lift. The toes should be facing the wall, not the ceiling. Halfway. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Nice work. All right. Reverse mountain climbers. This one's a little bit of a heart opener. Fingertips will face your heels. Press into the palms. Hands are a little bit behind the hips. You lift as high as you can. Drive through the heels. Try to open your heart by broadening your collarbones. Lift through your sternum. Put more weight on the thumb and index side of your hand. We'll march, lifting the leg The opposite leg drives into the floor to keep the back body working. Right? Get ready. And three. Oh, option. Just hold. You don't have to look forward. You can look up. Have a spine neutral. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. March or hold. Stay with it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, we got those same 5 one more time. All right. Toe touches to start. Leg lifts, double crunch, side plank, reverse mountain climbers. First one for toe touches. Get ready for action in beat up. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Don't go too fast unless you want to get 50 reps in there. That's cool. Just pass halfway. Three, two, one. Whew. Leg lifts. All right, you have to take your option. I'm doing my arms out. You got the hands behind the hips. The legs can also be bent. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Leg lift. Option would be leg hold as well. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale will help create space. Halfway. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Woo! That's starting to burn on me. Good stuff, good stuff. Double crunch, or your Navasana crunches. Same but different. Option, hold the Navasana instead of doing the crunch. 30 seconds. Starts in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Halfway. Three, two, one. Whew. Nice job. Side plank, leg lift. Choose your option. Right, the hand under the shoulder or the elbow under the shoulder, depending on which option you take. Push into the pinky edge of the foot that's on the floor if you're in this full side plank situation. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. Leg lift, toes face the wall, not the ceiling. Try to stack shoulders over one another. Look forward. Halfway. Hold the plank if you can't lift the leg anymore. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Switch it up. Nice job. Getting closer. right hand or left, whatever hand under the shoulder. Time starts in 3, 2, 1, 30. Whoa. Stay with it. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's good. Good burn. Whew. Reverse mountain climbers for the finish. And then we're done with this block. Fingertips face the heels. Fingertips a little bit away from the butt. Press into the palms, more weight on the thumb and index side of the hand to protect your wrists. Inhale, we lift in 3, 2, 1. Heart open, drive. Alternate that march knee, push into the heel on the floor. Activate the glutes. Gaze up if that's okay. Halfway. Stay with it. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. All right, core block is done. Let's go for a quick water break if you need it, or a little dap of the sweat with your towel. Take a few vinyasas with high lunge, warrior 1, warrior 2 flows, and then we'll get into a little bit of back bend work to round it out. All right, which top of the mat do I want to use? This one. All right, these vinyasas will take a little bit faster until we get to our hamstring stretch portion of it, because we already worked a lot of the hip flexor stuff. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, let's find your cactus. Feel your back bend out here. It feels a little more open than it did before. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hinge forward the hips, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank. Shift forward. Exhale, take a vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, flip on top of the feet, up dog. Exhale, hips up, back, down dog. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, step through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. A few breaths here. Inhale, straighten the front leg, your right leg. Exhale, we'll start to reach forward, setting up for your pyramid pose. Hands come toward the floor. This is where you might need your blocks. Shoulders back. Try to bring right hip back, left hip forward. Push into the big toe mound of the front foot. Protect the back of the knee, but also helps you to hinge more forward, stretching out the hamstring. Inhale, bend into the front leg. Let's heel toe the right foot out to the corner of the mat. Start to make your way towards the lizard. Either hands on the floor if this is enough, or you can start to make your forearms to the ground. Maybe you lift the back knee. You can rock back and forth. The right foot is on the outside of my right elbow. Plant the hands. We'll step back, plank, taking a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale for chaturanga. Flip on top of the feet. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips up, back, down dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, step through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up tall, high lunge. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, we'll reach forward, shifting forward. Maybe you bring the back leg a little bit closer. And then planting the hands down onto the ground once you can't shift anymore forward. Trying to find a long spine. Push into the big toe mound of the front foot. Right hip back, left hip forward. Bend into the front leg. Plant the hands on the inside of the left foot. Heel toe left foot out toward the edge of your mat. Maybe you drop the back knee. If this lizard is great, and this is how you're feeling good today, go for it. If you want to get a little more into the hip, try to find your forearms toward the floor. You can lift the back knee or not. Just trying to open up the middle of the hamstring, front leg. Try to find an open heart here, not letting your back round too much, or at least trying to fight it. Plant the hands back on the floor. Step back to your plank. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows, chaturanga. Flip on top of the feet. Exhale, hips up, back, down dog. Make your way to the top of the mat, however you see fit. If you're jumping forward, gaze forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale, we'll plant. Inhale, we'll rise up. Hands at your heart. All right, warrior two flow coming up. Top of the mat. Extended mountain pose, arms overhead. Tailbone lengthens down. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank. Shift forward, vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips up, back, down dog. Inhale, lift the right foot. Bend the right knee, trying to stack right knee over left hip. Try to keep your shoulders like a regular down dog shoulder, not too much twisting. Exhale, step forward. Setting up for warrior two. Pivot on the back foot, heel to heel, or heel to arch alignment. We open up toward the left side of your body. Try to activate the outside of the right hip to keep the knee not coming inward. Want to find it aligned with the toe next to your big toe. Flip the right palm, exhale, let's reverse your warrior two. If you want to get a little extra side body and tricep stretch in there, you can kind of like grab the side of your ear, open up a little bit more, gazing up to the ceiling, push into the pinky edge of the back foot, protect your knee. Exhale to release, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Shift the hips back and reach forward. We reach forward as much as we can. Keep reaching, keep reaching. When you feel like you can't reach anymore, we tick-tock 6 and 12 for triangle. Want to find a little more side body. Open up that arm overhead and extended. Inhale back, reverse your triangle. We'll take a half moon. I'm just going to come back to my door. All right, from your warrior two position, start to reach forward so that your fingertips are kind of like in line with the front of your big toe. Coming down, you're going to lift the back hip. We're trying to keep your whole body in the same kind of glass plane here. Option, you can use the wall behind you if you get super close to the wall so you don't fall backwards, right? Gaze forward at the front of the foot. Inhale, we lift. I'm doing the floating half moon. If you have a block or something, you can always use the floor as a little helper. This is what it looks like when you look at the camera and you're trying to do something. All right, so this is your grounded half moon, hand on the floor. Floating is a little more, obviously, balance. Gently bend the front knee. Start to make your way back to warrior two. Step forward, top of the mat. Same thing, other side, right? For your moons, half moons, using the wall behind you, just resting your back on it essentially. And you can really open up the hips when you do this and focus on finding the back foot in your lower peripheral vision. That will help feel successful in that half moon, right? Same thing, other side. Take a vinyasa. Extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank. Chaturanga, shift forward. Exhale, bend. Flip on top of the feet, press into the palms, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale, left leg lift, stretch the right heel, and then bend the left knee, trying to stack over the right hip. Start to square back off the hips. We'll make our way to warrior two. Pivot on the back foot for heel to arch alignment. We open up toward the right side body. Tailbone lengthens down underneath you, back edge of the pinky edge of the back foot presses into the floor. Activate outside the front hip. Keep the knee aligned properly. Gaze into the index and middle of the front hand. Flip the left palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior two. If you want to get that little extra side body stretch, reaching for the ear, opening up. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, push the hips back, and reach your arm forward. Hips back, arm forward. Once you can't reach anymore, we then tick-tock 6 and 12. Tailbone lengthens. Want to find a little more side body opening. Top arm overhead. With the strength of your core, start to make your way back up. We'll reverse your triangle. Exhale back to warrior two. This is where we'll take our half moon. So maybe your back is on the wall, maybe it's not. Front hand starts to dangle toward the front of your left toes. Strong leg here, lifting leg in the back. Inhale and come back. Inhale, we launch. All right, trying to rotate the floating toes to be even facing the wall. You can use the wall really in any way here, right? To find success. The door is in front of me, so why not use that a little bit? Or you can have the wall behind your back. Anything can be a prop, really. We're looking for stable and comfortable. That's the point. Practicing to feel comfortable in these funky positions. And if you can be comfortable in these funky positions, that should translate into life's funky positions. Bend into the left leg, make your way back to warrior two. Inhale, step forward. All right, wiggle it off a little bit. Final vinyasa flow. We'll get a little handstand hops in this next one. So maybe we'll use the wall when we get there, so have that in mind. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward, your forward fold. Let's do a little extra hamstring stretch here. Peace finger bind if possible on the big toes. Elbows go wide. Try to get more weight toward the big toes and almost like your heels are lifting off the floor. You can also bend the knees here as well to find the same kind of sensation if you're feeling a little restricted. Release the bind, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Flip on top of the feet, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips up, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift right foot. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest, step through. Warrior one, pivot on back foot about 45 degrees. We'll inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Push into the back edge of the heel of the back leg, helping lift that inner arch. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Try to bring the front hip back hip forward, and then we'll hinge forward into your warrior one pyramid. It's a little different angle of your hamstring stretch here. All right, we'll inhale to bend the front leg. Come back onto the toes of the back foot. We're going to launch to warrior three from here. So we're in this kind of runner's lunge position, gaze forward, start to lift back leg, press into the front leg. Now you're in your warrior three. Hands at heart center. If you have space to put your arms out, go for it. Exhale your way towards standing split, planting the hands on the floor as close as you can to your front foot. Drive the back heel up toward the ceiling. Try to push the heel on the floor down a little more. All right, we got handstand hops. You can use the wall behind you if you need to, or I have a door. But we want to be close to whatever you're doing with the wall if you're going to use the wall. Otherwise, we're practicing handstand hops in the room, right? The back floating foot helps to get you up. The leg that's on the floor, we're going to keep that one anchoring down. Don't come all the way up unless you have a handstand practice already. And you can kind of play with that, right? See that bottom leg is just kind of holding there. That's my safety. And we'll rise back up tall. You had enough of that. Same thing other side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, we'll find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hand, step back plank. Take a vinyasa, shift forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Flip on top of the feet, upward dog. Exhale, hips up, back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step through. Sitting up for warrior one, pivot on the back foot about 45 degrees. Rise up tall. Drive through the outside edge of the back heel, lifting your arch. Trying to bring the back hip a little bit forward, front hip a little bit back. Finding a squaring-ish of the hips. Inhale, shift the right leg straight. Exhale, reach forward, setting up for your pyramid. Inhale, bend the front leg, pivot on the back toes. Give yourself some space to get into your warrior three. All right, get ready to launch. Front leg launches, back leg lifts. All 5 toes, back leg, rotate down. Find your hand positioning. Exhale, forward fold into your standing split. Back leg lifts as high as it can. Drive the bottom heel into the floor. And we'll have some handstand hop practice. Take 5 or 6 of them, and then we'll meet in child's pose. Child's pose. All right, do a couple of stretches here to find some spinal extension. And then we'll cool it down. Nice job. All right, I'm using a blanket for my knee on the wall here. We got a quad stretch first, and then we'll go camel using the wall afterwards. All right, quad stretch. The closer your knee is to the wall, the more intense the stretch will be. The ankle is on the outside of the hip just a little bit, so you can get some space for the knee to bend. Other foot comes in front. Put your hand on the front knee to help yourself stand tall. You might have to readjust to find your comfortable position. Tailbone lengthens down. Try to bring the hips to square. So usually that's one hip is a little bit higher than the other. Try to check it out with your hands. Maybe that'll help. Want to find arms overhead. You might be finding a little more stretch through this position. You can go into a little bit of a side bend here. Opening up that stretching side a little more. And we'll plant the hands, switch up the legs. Surprisingly, it wasn't as bad today as it usually is. Maybe all those warm-up stuff we did today helped. Nice. Right knee on the wall or right knee on the floor. Top of the foot on the wall. Press into the other thigh with your hand to find your lifted position. Tailbone lengthens down. Squeeze the hips a little forward. All right, well, here it is. I'm going to find arms overhead. Go for it. Maybe you'll find a little side bend. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's take a virasana, or just a seated one real quick. Kind of balance out the quads. Maybe a little knee adjustments there. All right. Camel on a wall. I like to use the camel with the wall. It helps my hip positioning so that I'm using more of my chest to open versus bending through my low back. I'm not the most back bendy person, but I try. All right. So knees pretty close to the wall so that essentially your hips and stomach is already there. If you're on the tips of the toes, your feet will be a little closer to touch. If you're a little more open in the front body, you can have your tops of the feet on the floor. That'll just create a little more bend for you, right? Okay, tailbone lengthens down. Let's try to rotate the thighs. So the outer thigh rotates forward, the inner thigh rotates back to create some space in your SI joints. Tailbone lengthens down, push the hips forward, hands in the back pockets, shoulders away from the ears. And we'll start to keeping your neck in that neutral position, starting to back bend, opening your chest. Don't look up more than you're bending your back. And then hands start to reach for the heels. Once you find that, you can open the chest a little more by broadening your collarbones, lifting through your sternum, push the hips forward, open your heart. Then you can start to gaze up a little bit more. Once you find some more opening. Inhale, gently bring yourself forward. Make your way back to your mat. We'll sit on the knees again. And then come onto your butt. Take a seated twist. I haven't really done these in a little while. If you have any sort of, this is kind of hard to sit today, you can always put like a little towel under your bum. That'll help. Even if it's like a quarter of an inch. All right, legs long. We'll take right leg, pull it into your chest. Plant the right foot on the outside of your left thigh. Start to hug in the right knee. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, plant right hand at the base of your spine. You can either continue hugging in the right knee or inhale, left arm up. Exhale, start to get the left tricep on the outside of the right thigh. Finding your twist. Opening up through your sternum, collarbones broadening. Exhale, we'll take a counter twist. So just twisting toward the other direction. Feel a nice little low back stretch there. Oh yeah. Inhale to center. Lengthen both legs out. Other leg comes into chest. Plant that foot on the outside of your straight thigh. Give yourself a little hug. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, left hand plants on the outside, just at the end of your spine. And then we can have the other arm come up. Right arm plants on the outside of the left thigh. So the hand on the floor behind you is your extra spine, trying to be as tall as possible here. Create space in the vertebrae. Don't dump into your back. Inhale to release. Exhale, find that counter twist. Inhale to center. You can release the towel. Take a forward fold here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, start to hinge forward, lead with your sternum. If you need a strap, this is a great time for that. Try to have your tailbone lifting back behind you, so your back isn't really rounding, trying to find a slight extension in your low back. Gently rise to inhale. Make our way to your back side. Let's take the right knee into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then have the right knee over the right hip. Arms out wide like a T. Exhale onto your left hip, twisting across your body. So I'm twisting across my right leg to my left side of the body. Then reach left hand out to try to get the right shoulder blade back on the ground. Inhale to center. And we'll take a reclined figure 4, right ankle on left knee. Thread the needle. Try to keep your low back on the floor as you bring in the knee. A little more, a little more, a little more. No matter how flexible you are, you should still be able to feel something here. If you're not really feeling anything with that threaded needle, you can hug your leg in like this. Back leg long. This will be a little more pigeonish, but really be active in pushing the pinky edge of that foot into your forearm to protect outside of the knee. Really important here. Start to release that out long. Other side. Leg comes into chest. Knee even with the hip. Start to pivot onto the other side of the hip. And twist across your body. Reach the right hand out. That'll help to get your left shoulder blade better grounded here. And start to making our way toward your figure 4 or cradled pigeon, cradled pigeon or something. Threading the needle, right? Push into the pinky edge of this foot. That's eversion of your ankle. Protect the outside of the knee. Pulling it in, pulling it in. Try to keep your low back on the mat. I'm going to take this cradled pigeon. And we'll release that. Give yourself a good double leg hug here. We'll make our way towards happy baby. Grab the outside of your feet or peace finger bind on the big toes. Driving the heels into the floor, driving the knees down toward the floor. Maybe open it up a bit. We didn't really do too much groin stretching today. Inhale back to center, your regular happy baby. And we'll release all the way down to Shavasana. Shoulders tuck underneath you. Feet open up like a book. Palms facing the ceiling for receiving. Let today's exercise, movement, practice come to an end. Let the body be prepared for whatever you have to tackle. Let's roll onto your side, fetal position. Press into your offhand to help you to find a comfortable seat. Thank you for joining me today, or whatever day it is for you, on demand. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you feel better than you did beforehand. That's the goal. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to ask. Reach out. I would love to help. My mantra today, my mantra most days, every day, I think. Loka samasta sukheno bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May our thoughts, actions, words, and contributions help them to be happy and free. Namaste. Check us out, cloudstudios.com/feelgoodyoga. Also, all our stuff is. Contact information is also there. Have a wonderful day.